So you are a very educated man. You've actually worked on yourself. Your parents have raised a child. How does that happen in Bollywood?
They try to keep us away from the glamour and the limelight. They try to give us as normal an upbringing as they possibly could.
Did you live in the same home with
We
Bobby
did.
Deol, Sunny Deol?
Yeah, we grew up as a joint family. And they just tried to keep us away as much as they could from the industry because they thought, okay, maybe one day you'll enjoy it, maybe one day you won't. But right now you're a kid and we just want you to have a normal childhood.
And this is true for all the kids?
All of us, yeah.
And you talk about yourselves as a collective? Because you three of you kids were all raised together, you're one.
There was me and my two sisters, and then there was my cousins. There were 4 of them. So we were 7 kids.
And all growing up together like
Yeah,
one
in one
family.
house, yeah.
How incredible.
Yeah.
How difficult was it to be one of 7 kids?
I was the youngest, and I was 7 years apart from the next in line.
Oh,
So
they babied you.
Yeah, also they just didn't want me around because I was annoying.
Was that difficult?
Well, what happened is then they're much closer to each other than I am because I grew up not really around them much, but they were around each other a lot.
So your
Yeah,
sisters
which is
were very
not-
close to the...
They still are, yeah. And I mean, now, of course, we're adults, so relationships change over time. But growing up, it was not that I mingled with them much because I was a baby, so to speak. Yeah.
So growing up as a child of a very famous Bollywood family,
Yeah.
how did that affect the child who was 7 years younger than the next child up? Were you going inside yourself, reading, writing? What did you do to entertain yourself while they had ignored you? I was the youngest, so I'm asking
Oh,
you.
yeah. I guess I had my imaginary friends and my imagination and my games. And of course, I had friends as well. Whenever I could go see them, I would.
What do you mean whenever you could go see them?
I mean, you weren't allowed to go out all the time. You're a
Because
kid.
of the celebrity behind you, or...
That did have an impact. We didn't, as normal as they tried to make our childhood, we were not in a normal situation. So there was a more sense of being protected and sheltered than the average kid.
Were you teased or bullied at school because of
Not
this?
all the time. So it was a mixed bag. So there were either those who were glamour struck and gave you extra attention, or those who judged you for being famous and
resented you
and
for it.
resented you for it as well. So it was both. Yeah.
Were your parents young enough, energetic enough, supportive enough to understand all of this? Because, my mother had 3 kids in 4 years. So she was very good at handling
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
But I can see lethargy or, was it difficult being somewhat youngest?
I mean, my mom's a really simple person. And my dad too. Like, they came straight from the village into Bombay, so to speak. I kind of compare them to the Beverly Hillbillies. We're the Bollywood Hillbillies. We're very rooted, and they're very rooted from where they come from. They're very proud of the community that they come from. And we grew up in a city. So there was a bit of a disconnect in that sense.
So when you thought, I need to be an actor, I need to be in a film, was it easy being a Deol boy coming into the world of acting? Did doors open, magic happen, and you became a superstar? Was life easy?
I always see things as nuanced. There's no, oh, it was really easy, or no, it was really difficult. I would say that coming from a film family definitely opened doors in the sense that people knew who I was. Even the audience was curious about me because of my last name. That somebody from outside would never have. And as launched by my family too. I mentioned earlier, creating your own identity is more difficult. Somebody from outside doesn't have that. You already have a bar higher than the kid coming in from outside because you're already being compared to the family. And of course, it's taken for granted that you have it easy.